I'll be doing quiz 3. Quiz 3 has a table that shows a 1995 study on marijuana usage in 20 European countries, and table 1, which I didn't provide on here, shows the percentage of marijuana usage in in those 20 countries, and but I provided table 2 on here, and it shows that the count is 20. So there are 20 countries that are in our sample. Mean is 18.3. The standard deviation is 13.58. The minimum number is 2. Q1 is 6.25. The median is 16. Q3 is 26, and our max number is 53. In A, it's asking to calculate the 10th percentile for the variable marijuana usage. So, in order to find the 10th percentile, you would have to go back to the first table, which has the percentage of marijuana usage per country, and you would need to list the numbers from least to greatest, like the minimum and the max, and basically, in order to find the 10th percentile, you need to count the numbers, or you need to add numbers that will be equal or less than 10, and that would be, and the number that comes the last before you hit 10 is the 10th percentile. So in this case, 5 would be the 5 would be the 10th percentile. In B, it says use the given summary statistics to construct a box plot of the data and describe the shape of the distribution, symmetric, positively or negatively skewed. First, I figured out what the outliers were, and that would be 26. 26 plus 1.5 times 19.75, which equals 55.63. And then the second outlier would be 6.25 minus 1.5 times 19.75, which equals negative 23.38. And how I found out the 19.75 was I found out that the IQR was 19.75. So, and as I plot my box plot, as you can see, the median is 16, Q1 is 6.25, Q3 is 26, the max is 53, and the minimum is 2. And as you can see, it is positively skewed because the box is more towards the left, and there's more tail on the right. On to C, is asking what proportion of the observed values for marijuana usage are more than one standard deviation away from the mean. So basically, I just drew a line, 0 meaning in the mean. And then I labeled it 1, 2, and -1 and -2 to represent 1 and 2 standard deviations away. Now the mean is 18.3, and so in order to get the value for 1 standard deviation, you just add the standard deviation. So you add 18.3 plus 13.58, and you get 31.88, and from 18.3 you subtract 13.58, and to get the lower negative standard deviation away from the mean, and it is 4.72. And in this case, it's asking what proportion of the observed values of marijuana usage were more than 1 standard deviations away. Basically, in order to find that, you need to go back into your data, the table 1, and you need to find the values or the percentages that are above the 31.88 or less than 4.72. And I found that there are 4 of them, and out of the 20, so you divide 4 divided by 20 is equals to 0.20, or about 20% were more than 1 standard deviation away from the mean. Lastly, D, it asks, suppose that in 1996 marijuana usage miraculously decreased by 2% in all 20 countries. Compute the first quartile and range for the new data set. Justify your answer. So basically, since we were given the data in table 2, I just basically took 6.25, which is our Q1, and I subtracted 2 from it, and I got 4.25 for the Q1. For the max number, 53 minus 2, because it's saying that marijuana use miraculously decreased by 2% in all countries. So 53 minus 2 is 51, and the minimum, 2 minus 2 is 0. So our new Q1 is 4.25, our new max is 51, our new minimum is 0. So in order to find the range, I just took the new max and the new minimum, and I subtracted, and 51 minus 0 is 51. So I have to justify my answer, and since we have the value for Q1, we just subtract 2 from it, and the range, we take the highest value, subtract 2, and take the lowest value, subtract 2. Then we take the new highest value and subtract the lowest value.